This is The Locker Room on News 3.
Welcome into our award-winning Locker Room show sponsored by your Hampton Roads Chevy dealers. I'm Megan Plain. Adam Winkler has the night off. Now, a week from today, we will be in the midst of the 2021 NFL Draft, which marks a life-changing moment for so many football players. But for those who do not hear their name called during the draft, it is okay. As former ODU standout Zach Pascal shows us, those athletes, they can still carve out a spot for themselves on an NFL roster. When Old Dominion football hosted its spring scrimmage, it was a homecoming for Colts receiver Zach Pascal. It marked his first time at SB Ballard Stadium since its renovation and since he departed the school in 2017 as the program's all-time leading receiver.
Just from seeing where it was at, when I came in to where it's at now, it's exciting.
The same thing could be said about Pascal's career, where it was when he entered the league compared to now. After going undrafted, he's become a valuable part of the Colts offense, playing in all 48 regular season games as well as 3 playoff games over the last 3 seasons. But things were tough for Pascal at the start. He was cut 4 times in less than a year before landing in Indianapolis. And as many incoming NFL athletes will learn after next week's draft, the mindset of the pros is quite an adjustment.
Coming out of college, going to the NFL, you don't think about playing football for real life reasons. I'm lining up against guys who are playing for their kids, playing to eat for their family. Seeing that change in that maturity levels, that's one thing that I had to see going into the league, coming from college and adapting to.
As he's adapted, he's gained
a whole lot of confidence.
As he should. Since the 2019 season, he's one of only 15 NFL receivers with at least 80 catches, averaging over 14.5 yards. This upcoming season, he looks to continue that success while receiving passes from a new teammate, former Eagle Carson Wentz, who the team traded for this offseason.
After seeing Carson Wentz these past couple of weeks throwing with him, he works hard. A lot of guys on our team have a lot of chips on their shoulder, so we have that mentality to go out there regardless of who we playing against and to play hard 100% every play. And so when you have 11 guys like that, the sky's the limit. So, I'm excited to be a part of that group and see where it goes.
Excited for the upcoming season while proving that you don't need the excitement of hearing your name called on draft day to find success in the NFL. Coming up, we've got more football because there are 5 local high school teams that are just 2 wins away from winning a state title. That is next in the Locker Room. Welcome back inside our award-winning Locker Room show sponsored by your Hampton Roads Chevy dealers. Now, for a couple months now, Friday nights have been full of high school football action, but we are now at the point in the season where only a few teams are still standing. We have made it to state semifinals, which take place tomorrow. And let me tell you, our local teams are having some big-time success. We have 5 of them hosting some games tomorrow. From Class 6 down, starting off with Oscar Smith, a win by them would send the Tigers to their 6th state championship game since 2013, and they've certainly looked dominant enough to get there, with their offense putting up dozens of points a game and defense allowing just 9 points all season long. Now in Class 5, Maury is on the hunt for its 2nd straight title and hosts Highland Springs. Meanwhile, our other local defending champ, Lake Taylor, faces King George, and for both the Commodores and Titans, this marks their 3rd consecutive state semifinal appearance. Now in Class 3, Lafayette's defense has given up just 8 points per game and looks to keep the trend going against Independence. And lastly, Poquoson, which entered the playoffs as the lowest seeded team in its region, faces Stewart's Giraffe, which played in last year's state title game. Now, all of tomorrow's games are taking place at 2 p.m. We're going to be at every game, so make sure you stick with us online and on air for updates. Now, that does it for this edition of our award-winning Locker Room show. For me and everyone behind the scenes who helped make this happen, thanks for tuning in. But before we say goodbye, we have Patrick Rocky with one final check of the forecast.